Good morning, everyone, and welcome to First Friday, right before the holiday weekend. I counted before we started, and we have well over 75 in the room, so that's a good crowd right before a holiday weekend, and I know there are a lot of people that are going to tune in later on and watch it on YouTube, and probably a lot that have already started their Facebook Live feed, so we're excited to have so many community members that are watching and learning and listening to all the great things that are happening in our community. First Friday is sponsored by the City of Independence and the Chamber of Commerce, and so we are always thankful to the city for letting us gather in the Civic Center and utilizing this place where we can all get together and fellowship and network and visit with one another. So I always want to make sure that I thank the City of Independence for letting us use their facility. We have three great speakers scheduled this morning for you. They're speaking on three different topics, so you're going to get lots of really good information. But before we start this morning, we want to hear from our business sponsor, the Independence Area Community Chest. And they are the ones who are they're the business sponsor, which I always say they're the ones who paid for the hot coffee and the muffins from Annie Mae's. That's always a nice treat, so that you don't just have to sit and for the next 90 minutes without something to enjoy. And I think there's probably more hot coffee over there if you need another refill. But at this time, I would like to welcome one of the members of the Independence Area Community Chest, Wendy Gayu.
Thank you, Lisa. The Independence Area Community Chest is excited to be sponsoring today's event. For those of you that aren't familiar with the Independence Area Community Chest, we support community health, welfare, and character building agencies in Independence and Montgomery, Wilson, Elk, and Chautauqua counties through our fundraising events. We are kicking off our 2023 campaign season right now with a goal to raise $115,000. Every year since 2008, we've met or exceeded that goal. We use those excess funds to give more to the the agencies that we support. In the brochures in front of you, you can see some of the various agencies in the area that we support through these funds. We do have a volunteer board of directors and one part-time employee that takes care of all the fundraising activities that we do. We have a couple of events coming up that I'd like to talk to you about. We are hosting the Business After Hours on September 20th, at Big Cheese Pizza. That starts at 5 p.m. That'll be a great opportunity to network and get some good food and raise some money to help us support our agencies. And we also partner with the ICC Theater Department for their Give Back Thursday performances. The first performance is on Thursday, September 29th at 7 p.m. The ICC Theater is performing art. So I hope everybody comes out and enjoys that performance. The Independence Area Community Chest will be there with refreshments ahead of time, and any money that's raised goes back to our organization to help support the agencies through the grants that we provide. Our donations are tax deductible, so in the brochures there's also a QR code that you can donate online, or a membership card as well. So if you have any questions, we've got a table here of board members that would be happy to answer any questions that you have. Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to add to that. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to get this brochure out, okay? You're going to open it up. There are 23 organizations, and I was looking at this last night, 23 organizations that they contribute to, and I was looking at this last night, and 8 or 9 of those organizations are either speaking today. We have supported at the Chamber of Commerce through people walking in, calling and having needs. Throughout the last 10 business days, I counted 8 or 9 of these organizations that I have had direct contact with. And so that is important for you to know. And when you look at the very front of their brochure, it says, supporting those who support our community. And so what the community chest means to me is that, and I said this on the radio when I talked about the community chest earlier this week, you know, so many times we have gifts that we want to give and make contributions to our community, but we don't know where the needs are and how to get them the money. And the community chest makes that possible because you're able to write one check to the community chest, and then they disseminate that out into the worthy organizations and groups that need those funds, and they're good stewards of those funds. And so give some thoughtful consideration to making a contribution, because your contribution doesn't just sit in a bank account with a community chest. It's out in our community making a difference in those 23 and more organizations in our area. So you take that brochure and you take these scissors that I'm going to leave over there on that table, and you cut off this little end that's the receipt for your taxes, as Wendy said, and then you get out your checkbook and you write a check and you fill out this form right here, and then we put some paper clips over there so you can put your check face down on top of the form and nobody sees what you did, and then you just drop it in the fishbowl over there and make a contribution to the community chest. How about that? So I'm going to drop mine in right now. I'm going to ask Kellen to go set this on the table for me, and it'll be waiting for you when you walk out after First Friday, okay? Kellen, you set that over there. Thank you. Okie dokie, here we go. We always want to take a few minutes to go over that big, long calendar. So get your calendars out. I'm just going to hit the high points of September, and then you can take September and October with you and fill these in. You can get them here today. You can get them on our website as well. You can swing by the chamber office, pick one up. This is not on the calendar, but I do want you to know that because of the caring support of the faith community in Independence, we have 3 free meals that are available to anyone in need. So I say that to all of you in this room, but I say that to those that are watching Facebook Live, because if you come into contact with somebody who is in need of a meal or 2 or 3 a week, then please share this information. Starting September the 3rd, because they take the summer off, Tuesdays at the First Christian Church at 319 West Laurel, they have the Open Arms Diner. It's carry-out meals only from 5 to 5:30. Wednesday at the Baptist Church, 220 South Penn Avenue, they have a free dinner at 5:45. And then on Thursdays, the local churches take turns providing the Cuff Meal, which is Community United Feeding Friends, at the Wesley Center, 111 East Maple. This is a carry-out meal as well. It starts at 6 o'clock. And I was looking at their Facebook page last night, and a few weeks ago, because they just had it, but a few weeks ago, on the 25th, they served over 132 people. That's a lot of meals. So be sure and share that information so that those who might benefit from that know that that's available. Friday nights, that's tonight. Brian Leedy plays at Uncle Jack's starting at 6 o'clock, and you can just you can cross at the crosswalk, right, Jerry, at the stoplight after you enjoy his music, because at 9 o'clock you can go over to Turbo's and you can karaoke at 9 o'clock. So check out Uncle Jack's and Turbo's Facebook pages too for all of their food specials. They're 2 great places to eat. Farmers Market is every Saturday from 7:30 to 11, every Thursday afternoon from 4 to 7, right behind Annie Mae's. But I do want to let you know that the last day for the Saturday market is October 15th, and the Thursday market will close on the 20th. So you've got about a month and a half to enjoy that. The first Saturday of the month means a lot of things, but it also means beer yoga at the brewery, okay? So that is tomorrow at 10:45. If you want to do yoga and enjoy a beer, you can do yoga and enjoy a root beer. You can do yoga and enjoy water, whatever. But it's at the brewery, and it's beer yoga, which sounds like fun. So that is at 10:45 at 223 West Main, and it's always the first Saturday of the month. okay, I'm sweating because I'm dressed like it's fall, and I'm dressed this way because I'm tired of summer. And I went to Apricot Lane, and I got this shirt that I have on, and so plug for them. And so, yes, I'm hot because I am ready for the fall season, but I do want it to stay warm this weekend because it's the kind of the wrap-up of summer. And so the Sculpture Garden is closing this Labor Day weekend, and you're thinking, Sculpture Gardens, what is that? I'm talking about the splash pad that is in the Sculpture Garden at the park. It's 3 bronze sculptures of children that are holding garden hoses, and Scott has them up and running, and they're squirting water during certain hours. So here's what you need to know. The water will spray today from 11 to 1, and again tonight from 6 to 8:30, and then Saturday and Sunday from 1 to 3 and 6 to 8:30. Scott's that right? He's giving me the yes. So grab the kids or just go out there, and you don't have to get wet to enjoy it. It's really fun. And again, it's right over by the miniature train, and it's 3 bronze sculptures that shoot water out there. So the park hours have kind of changed a little bit, and I want to let you know that the rides are open now from 1 to 5 on Saturdays and Sundays, and you can show up early and you can get some snacks, some cotton candy, that's my favorite thing, at the Snack Shack from 11 to 5. And family fun is affordable at the park, so you can play a round of miniature golf for $2. You can ride that train for 50 cents, and the Alan Herschel Antique Carousel will spin for a big nickel. So lots of fun things to do in Independence out at the Riverside Park and Ralph Mitchell Zoo. Pride Week is next week, the 6th Annual Southeast Kansas Pride Week, September 6th through 10th. You can check out their Facebook page at Project Q&A or their website at projectqna.org. They're going to have lots of workshops and family activities and events. So mark that on your calendar. Encourage everyone to recycle. That's always Tuesdays at the sanitation yard at 21st and Maple from 11 to 1. And you can also drop items off every Tuesday and Thursday from 8 to 2, like junk and stuff. But every Saturday, we also have that opportunity. But because of the holiday weekend, they're moving that to Saturday, September the 10th. So mark that on your calendar, and the tree dump will be open as well. The VFW is having their hamburger night. It's always on the first Wednesday of the month, so that's going to be next Wednesday. The grill will be hot from 5 to 7. There's going to be a pie auction at 6. If you want to donate a cake or a pie, you can drop them off at the VFW at 113 East Myrtle at 8 o'clock on Wednesday the 7th. So mark your calendar for the first Wednesday of the month. We have lots of great places to eat. Music at Dickey's Barbecue every Wednesday. Robbie Bell from Coffeyville will be playing next week. Musical bingo and trivia night are at the brewery on Wednesdays and Thursdays. And then also next week is a very busy week. So Thursday through Saturday, Goldwing Road Riders Association will be in town for their conference. They were here last year, and they'll be right here in the Civic Center having their meetings and such. But on Friday night, Chief Harrison and I will be taking them on a night parade through town. They love to ride after night, and they'll have all of their lights on their motorcycles turned on, and then we're going to be on the same radio frequency, and we're going to give them a historical tour of our community by way of motorcycles. So if you see a lot of motorcycles in town, say welcome to Independence, because they're part of the Goldwing Road Riders. You got to get your permit today by 5, because Amy and Megan and I are leaving at 5 o'clock. And if you want to be on that map for the 100-mile highway sale next weekend, you need to get in before 5 today, and it's totally free, but we just need your information so that we can get the map created. It'll be passed out at convenience stores like Jumpstart and Casey's and Mikey's, restaurants such as Egbert's, flea markets such as Flea's Antiques and Hager's Market. The Chamber will have them, City Hall will have them, the Reporter will have them, and they'll also be digital too. So if you don't need a paper copy, you can just pull it up on our website. We have, I think, over 75 sales right now. We usually have over 100, so I'm sure we're going to meet or exceed that. So lots happening in the community. We got a shout out about a pancake breakfast coming up on Saturday. We have a shout out about an AWOL fundraiser coming up on Saturday. And I might mention that Teammates mentoring program that is coming to USD 446 will be having an informational meeting on Monday, September the 12th at 5 o'clock at the Independence High School cafeteria. So if you're interested in being a mentor or signing up a mentee, you can either go to that meeting or you can call Michael McCambridge at the high school and he can give you some more information. We have a ribbon cutting at Carla's Simple Gifts and Floral at 113 West Main on Wednesday the 14th. Everyone is welcome. She's not a new business to the community, but she's new to the chamber membership. So come and celebrate with us at 11:30 on the Wednesday the 14th. Donnie's in the back of the room. He's going to give us a shout out about Veterans Roundup. Ashley's going to talk about the museum event that's coming up on the 16th. As Wendy mentioned, Business After Hours is on the 20th at Big Cheese Pizza, and you'll be able to just meet new people, visit with friends, learn more about Community Chest, and just be a part of a gathering and a good time from 5 to 6. We have lots of door prizes. It's a good time. Let's see, Flat Rock. Here's something. Has anybody ever ran in the Flat Rock races in this room? Well, here you go. You can run a 12K, you can run a 25K, you can run a 50K, you can run a 101K, or you can even run 101 miles. They have races for all of those. You have 36 hours to get it done. So start practicing now, and maybe you can make that happen. So that is coming up on September the 24th out of Elk City on the Elk River. And they will be out there bright and early that Saturday morning when it's still dark. And these are extreme athletes that love to run on rugged terrain. So even if you don't plan to run, you should go out and check it out because it really is fun to watch them take off. We have a shout out about Kids Have Talent that's coming up. And then on Saturday the 24th, we have movie night. We're showing Sing 2. It's sponsored by Great Plains Federal Credit Union and the Young Professionals. It'll start an hour earlier, so that's good because we can get the kids won't fall asleep during the movie. But we have to show it late sometimes because the sun won't go down. So 6:30 is pre-show. Movie starts at 7:30. And then due to Friday night lights over at Schultes Stadium, Glow Golf had to be changed to Saturday night. So, which is kind of cool because you can go to movie night, and about the time the movie gets over, Glow Golf will start, and that's at 9 o'clock, and Glow Golf tickets are $5, and you should really check out Glow Golf because it's really something to see. Paul is here to talk about the production of art, so I won't steal his thunder. And the Health on Purpose Wellness Fair is going to be on the 30th, and we have a speaker speaking about that, so I won't continue on that. But I do want to tell you, save the date for October the 1st at 7 o'clock. The Meadowlark Lounge will be at the Independence Historical Museum. And save the date for October the 8th and the 9th and get your tickets today for the Kansas Airstrip Attack. That's the high-performance race cars that will be coming in from all over the countryside and racing down the airport runway safely, half-mile drag racing, Lamborghinis, Porsches, modified Corvettes and BMWs and Ferraris and all kinds of cars will be out there. And they have a clock that tracks their speed, and many times it goes over 200 miles an hour, and they have motorcyclists that are racing as well. So you'll go to airstripattack.co for tickets. And last couple of things, trunk or treat. So Trunk or Treat is going to be Monday, October the 31st in downtown Independence, just following Newalla. So it's an opportunity for all of families to get together and let their kids trunk or treat in a safe environment and also not have to spend a lot of gas driving around all over the place. And they also get to show off their costumes to their friends and just be together downtown. So Trunk or Treat will be on Halloween. And we are needing trunks, so we have forms over there if you want to participate. You need to plan for about 1,000 kids, and so you can have you can donate candy, you can have trunks and set up. So if you're a church community, you can have 6 trunks. You can just pull in 6 cars and pop the trunks, and you can have themes and all kinds of fun things. So please consider participating in Trunk or Treat. And again, that's from 6 to 7:30 on Halloween. And then Saturday, November the 5th, will be our Veterans Day of Honor event. And we encourage everyone to show our support for our veterans by participating in that parade. So be sure and give us a call at the Chamber office, and we'll get you all connected on how to participate in the Veterans Day of Honor. This information's on our websites, on our Facebook page. We have calendars. We have radio announcements. It's all over the place, but if I said something wrong or you want me to add something to it, be sure and let me know. I'm happy to promote that information. We're ready to start. First up, out of our speakers of three, would be Kathy Shepard. She is going to be speaking about that health fair that I talked about, Samaritan's Feet, and a caption call program. So would you please welcome Kathy Shepard.
Get this down here where you can hear me. So the Health on Purpose Fair, Wellness Fair, is coming up on September 30th. It starts at 7 in the morning and goes until noon. We have all kinds of things going on during the day. It's an opportunity, if you don't get a chance to have blood work done, that you can come in and do that. We have a few different screenings that are going on. We have balance screening, blood pressure check, follow up with you on that. We have an oral cancer screening and dental health screening, orthopedic screening, and skin cancer screenings. So all those screenings are free for you. There is a charge on the blood draws, and so that's just to cover that cost. And then for the first 100 people who come, we give a discounted price for them also. So that makes it even more affordable to do. And if you haven't had your blood work done lately, it's a great opportunity to come in and get that done. The Montgomery County Health Department will be doing flu shots that day, both the high dose and the regular. And then COVID-19 vaccines will also be given, and those are free. We have something new this year that we're doing. It's called Samaritan's Feet for Seniors, and we are really excited about this program. We have had donations that will help us give 100 pair of shoes. They are almost like orthopedic shoes. They are non-slip, Velcroed shoes, and those are going to be available. And she's got the poster up here. I have some full-size posters if you want to pick some up afterwards, and there are small ones over on the table also. Samaritan's Feet Seniors just started in 2021, but Samaritan's Feet International has been going a lot longer than that. The person who heads up the seniors division, I have known her. She was our national director for our grants, and a great lady and a great organization that she works for. But none of this would be possible without local sponsors, because Samaritan's Feet, they provide the shoes to us, but we have to get local sponsors who take care of that. So with that, we need people's shoe size submitted to us by September the 9th, so that way we can get the shoes back in, because we want these shoes to fit properly. Here in the United States, so many people who fall and break their hips, a lot of times it's due to wearing improper fitting or wearing flip-flops for shoes. And so we want our seniors to be wearing great shoes that will last a long time and will keep them safe, and hopefully we'll have less falls. So if you have any questions about Samaritan's Feet Seniors and our shoe giveaway, get a hold of me. We'll be doing that from 9 to 11 during the health fair. And so some of the guidelines that they have on that, they prefer that the people that the shoes are given to are 55 and up. If they have someone who is younger than that, but there is truly a need, then we'll make that happen for that person also. So we do have 100 pairs, and so get your sizes in. You can call into my office at 620-332-1954 and leave your size, your name, and then also a phone number where I can reach back out to you. And then we will be fitting and giving away those shoes. They come with a pair of socks and a bag for them, and also 2 Hope Notes that they include in there, just notes of encouragement for our seniors. So it's a pretty great organization. But as I said, locally, this wouldn't be possible without our sponsors. So if you look up here, I wanted to highlight these sponsors, and what a perfect time to highlight them, as Community Chest is one of our big sponsors. So if you're thinking about giving to them, you can see today some of the things that they do in the community. This is a one-time extra thing that they have done. It's outside of their regular funds that they give, a special project that they felt like they wanted to support. And so by supporting them, you are supporting so many in our communities. So I encourage you to give, and you can see, come by on September 30th and see what some of your funds are going for. So I can't thank Community Chest enough for supporting our project. They were the first sponsor that we had, and so I'm just thrilled to be able to work with them and be able to give these shoes to people in our community. Another thing that we have going on that day is Caption Call, and I had never heard of this before, but I am pretty excited about it. Caption Call is a service that if you have some hearing impairment, it provides you a base that will have the conversation in words for you that you can look at and you can see. So if you're not hearing everything that's being said on a phone call, it's giving you a printout of it. And it saves 300 of those conversations on the base that they have. It also can be used on a cell phone, and they will download the app for you. They come and install the base unit. It can be used even if you don't have a landline, even if you don't have Wi-Fi or anything in your home. This is all free to you. And this is something else that I didn't know. Every month when you pay your cell phone bill, there's a federal tax on there. This program is it's paid for through that federal tax, and I had no idea that was happening. But that is a great service for people. So if somebody's out on their cell phone and they can't quite read the text of what the message the person's saying to them, they actually can go home, and on their base unit, it will give them that printout. And like I said, it saves 300 of those conversations. And then when you get to that 300, then the oldest one goes off and it keeps the newest one. So it's a great opportunity for people. When I first told my husband about it, he's like, you really need to check on that. That can't be free. So I did check on it, and it is through the taxes on our cell phones. So at least we know our cell phone taxes are going to something great. So we are very excited to have them here. Their representative will be here and will be taking people's names for that. And then they will have somebody who will come in and will do the installs in the home. If you need it downloaded on your cell phone, then they'll do that for you also. It's just a great program, and we're really glad to be able to offer that this year. I think that is a lot of what we're doing during the day, during the health fair time. We also have some activities and things like that going on. We're going to have AWOL, have at least one animal here, and we want to do something fun with that. I don't know if you've ever watched Rescue Dog Rescue, but it's a piece that is on TV, and they bring out puppies, and they tell big lies about them. You know, this dog rescued Timmy from a 12-foot hole, and all the stuff that they did. So we're just trying to get the dogs out, get people to know more about adopting animals and how wonderful the rescue dogs are. And we're going to tell a few lies about them, too, so you'll have to come out and see what lies we tell about the dogs. We'll offer dry needling. There will be crafts going on all day. Grief support groups will be here in case anyone needs to talk to them about when they meet. We'll have healthcare, DPOA, and living wills available. We'll have the oral cancer screenings and also a class on oral concerns with aging. We'll have a painting class that will be going on the entire time. senior mix exercise class, and the Take Me Home program that our own police department has. I'm really excited about that too. So many times we have seniors who have some memory loss who might need that signed to be able to get them home. It also, if you have a child that's autistic and is nonverbal, that will help the police department know where that child goes and who they belong to and how they need to treat each case. So the police department's going to be there for handing out that paperwork and getting people signed up for that program. We've got so many opportunities here in our community that day, and so we hope you all come out and take part. We've had a couple years off because of COVID, and so we're all really looking forward to coming back here to the Civic Center and having a great turnout for that health fair. So come on out on the 30th and enjoy all the things going on. Thank you.
Thanks, Kathy. That health fair is always so well organized. You do a nice job. It's nice to be able to have that. Okay, so our second speaker is Ashley Hovel. So I think Ashley, you've been here to do a few shout outs, right? Okay, so this is her first time as an official speaker, and she has some important information to share with us about the museum's capital campaign and what we can do to support the Independence Historical Museum and Arts Center. Would you please welcome Ashley Hovel?
Good morning. So for those who don't know, I am the new director over at the Independence Historical Museum and Arts Center, aka IHMAC, or IMAC for short, as you will hear me reference. I want to take a minute to thank Lisa and the Chamber for allowing me to speak today. And then I also want to take a moment to thank the Community Chest for awarding us a grant this year for some of our arts programs. We so appreciate the work that you do in our community. I am here to talk about the IMAC Forever 3-year capital campaign that the museum will be launching. We are raising funds for important repairs, renovations, and rejuvenation to our building. Before I go into detail regarding the capital campaign, what kind of museum director would I be without a brief lecture on the history of the museum building? So, the Independence Historical Museum was owned and operated by the Ladies Library and Art Association, chartered in 1904. Upon completion of the Carnegie Library in 1907, the association turned the 3,500 volumes it had acquired over to the city. Its first objective completed, the group devoted its efforts to secure an art collection for its people. The Federal Post Office was built in 1912 and served as the local post office until 1963 when the post office moved location. So, in 1963, the Ladies Library and Art Association purchased the old post office and Federal Building on 8th and Myrtle Streets as a cultural center for the community, a repository for the art collection, and as a museum to preserve the history of the area. In January 2000, the Independence Museum acquired the Montgomery County Historical Society collection and then integrated the two collections. The name was then changed to the Independence Historical Museum. As you can see, the building itself has its own story and history, from being a post office to a cultural center and historic museum, preserving the stories of the people of this town who have lived here, who continue to live here, and who will live here in the future. In 1988, the IMAC building was placed on the National Register of Historic Places as well as the Kansas Register of Historic Places. The IMAC building is a federal and state historic monument, and the museum is a center point to the story of this community. The IMAC Forever capital campaign will ensure that this community staple will continue to be sustainable as a monument and cultural center for generations to come. So, to make the building sustainable, there are a few projects that we're raising funds for. The most urgent project has actually already been completed because of the urgent need of the repairs. Some of you might have noticed kind of a facelift to our building with the cleaning of our white bricks. There were leaks coming through some cracked seals that, left alone, would have caused significant damage to our building. And so you can see in the before picture how kind of dirty and worn those were. And in the after picture, you can see how nice and white and resealed those are. Although this project has been completed, we are still raising funds for this project. Because of the urgency, we actually had to borrow from ourselves, and so we still need to make those funds back as part of this capital campaign. Some of the other projects include repairing, repainting, and installing storm grates on all exterior windows and doors. We'll be reconfiguring and installing crash doors in the basement for better fire safety and emergency exits, as well as, again, some sealing of the cracks in that. We will clean up and refinish the original post office workroom floor in the gallery, and we will be repainting interior walls and ceilings. If you come and visit us, you can see some of the areas where that is in dire need. But also just come visit us. We plan to, there we go. We plan to reorganize and improve our archives and research areas by installing a false ceiling with a water trough to protect artifacts from any roof or ceiling leaks that might come due to storm damage. A dehumidifier and heater will be installed in the attic archives for better climate control. Again, that protects our artifacts, documents, and photos that are up there. We'll install more museum-grade shelving units for better organization and preservation of historical documents, photos, and artifacts. And we have dreams of turning a section of the basement into a research room for special projects. In order to do that, we will need to reroute some plumbing and install a dehumidifier in the basement for climate control. So this is a detailed calendar for the projects that will be covered during this capital campaign. Some of those projects include installing emergency backup and exit lights, installing exhibit panel lighting in the gallery as well as the basement, installing a digital marquee in the front of the building, and replacing the flooring in the office, and a few more projects as well. So, our goal over the course of this 3-year campaign is to raise $500,000. We already have $75,000 in grants receivable so far for the window repair, thanks to the City of Independence and the USDA. The window repair and repainting will be our next focus as far as projects go. The windows will cost about $200,000, which means we need to make about $125,000 as soon as possible. With your help, we feel confident we can get there. You can pledge or donate on our website at www.ihmac.org. To celebrate this campaign, we are going to have a kickoff party on Friday, September 16th at 7 p.m. There'll be refreshments, speakers, and a presentation on the projects we have planned. I know there's a high school football game that night, and so we want to support those high schoolers. If you could come to our event just for a few minutes, just to see what's happening, we'd be so grateful. If you can't, like I said, the website, you can pledge or donate there. And to RSVP to the party, if you would like to come, you can email ihmacmuseum@gmail.com or call our office at 620-331-3515. Again, thank you to Lisa and the Chamber for everything you do for our community, and thanks to all of you for your time and attention this morning. If you don't already, please follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/IHMAC and on Instagram at Indy Historical. One last thing, I also want to mention our artist show and sell exhibit that's happening now until the 24th. We have over 500 pieces of art, most of which are on sale, and some of which are discounted. So from now until the 24th, you can come by and see a lot of local area artists that are showing and selling. Thank you.
All righty. Okay, thank you, Ashley. Well, I'll put that on our calendars, the 16th, to support the museum, all that they're doing. Okay, so we have our last speaker, and then we have some really good shout-outs, and we're going to wrap up early today, so just get comfy. I'm really excited to introduce our final speaker. I was visiting with his mom, and I was getting some information about Kellen. So what you need to know about Kellen is that he is 12 years old. He's a 7th grader at Independence Middle School. Kellen and I both appreciate the saxophone. Mr. Farthing, you'll be happy to know that. Kellen plays in the middle school band and is an instrumentalist. He's going to be a lost boy in Peter Pan, and he's missing, and he's super sad about it, advanced math, to be here with us this morning. Sacrifices that you make, Kellen. Funny story about Kellen that he is not aware of, but 2 nights ago, I was working and I was thinking, trying to get everything organized for the event and thinking about the speakers. And I was like, oh, shoot, Kellen, they won't be able to see him behind the podium. He's not going to be tall enough. And Brian can attest to this. I sent Brian McHugh an email late one evening and went, do you have any kind of box that we can put back here to, help him stand on so that they can, see him? And he sent me back a milk crate, which I think is dangerous. But anyway, so I thought, well, that's not going to work. And so I called and talked to Kelly, and I texted her maybe, how tall is Kellen? Would he be able to be seen behind a podium? In my mind, Kellen's like 7, and he's this tall, and he's now 12, and he's 5'8", so I'm pretty sure you're going to be able to see him just fine when he gets up here. He's a member of the Cherry Valley Model Railroad Club in Cherryvale, and his mom tells me that he has been a train enthusiast since the day he could walk, and he knows everything and all things about trains. And he came to her, if I remember the story she told me, when he came to her when he was in the 5th grade and was really concerned about the 1050 locomotive out in our treasured park. And when a citizen, and on top of that, a youth, a community member that's a part of our youth, can see a need, that's one thing. And when a youth member sees a need and acts on it is something completely different. And so I'm really excited to have Kellen Ebert with us this morning to talk to us all about the 1050 locomotive fundraiser that he, along with Four Paws and the Park Board, will be kicking off here shortly. So would you please welcome the very tall Kellen Ebert.
Hello, everybody. Today I'm going to talk about 1050, and I guess let's get started. .1050 story. 1050 was built by the Baldwin Locomotive Works in 1902. It was the first of 102 262 Prairies to be built for the Santa Fe and the 1050 class. The phrase 262 Prairie stands for a locomotive that has 2 leading wheels, 6 driving wheels, and 2 trailing wheels. The locomotive was originally made for passenger service, but in 1920 was demoted to freight service as newer and better locomotives were there to take on its job. It was retired in 1955 and donated to the City of Independence, where it sits today. Here's a picture of it in service in Kansas City. Baldwin Locomotive Works. Baldwin Locomotive Works, BLW, was founded in 1825 by Matthias W. Baldwin. They produced over 70,000 locomotives over the years. The last steam locomotive made by Baldwin was the Union Pacific 844. Baldwin merged with Lima around 1950, and they unfortunately went out of business in 1972. The journey to Riverside Park. After arriving in Independence, the locomotive sat at the depot at 10th and Railroad Street, while funds were raised to move the engine to the park. One of the methods used to gain funding was the sale of stocks to the Independence Shortline Railroad using stock certificates. Shares were sold for $1 each. All of the funds were raised, and it was transported via truck to Riverside Park, where it currently sits. There's a picture of the Shortline certificate. There is it going down Beach Street on its way to the park. And there is it arriving in the park. Why 1050 is important. It is a piece of Santa Fe and Independence history. I always enjoyed being able to go up in the cab and pretend that I was in control. And I think that future generations and rail fans deserve to be able to do the same. However, as of right now, it looks as if it has been sitting in a field for decades with no love. We need to do something about this. That's how bad it has gotten. What needs to be done? All hazardous materials and lead will be removed from the locomotive and disposed of properly. A new coat of paint will be applied. The cab floor will be replaced, and stairs and a railing will be added for easy access into the cab. The estimated funds are high and increasing with all the inflation happening now. Four Paws is kicking off a fundraiser to help get the money to complete the repairs. Next slide. Oh. We have 8 donor levels. The top 3 donor levels will be recognized on a plaque that will be near the locomotive at the end of the project. The donation levels are as follows. The Golden Spike is $5,000 and up. Silver Spike, $4,999 to $2,500. Bronze Bell, $2,499 to $1,000. Engineer, $999 to $500. Conductor, $499 to $250. Fireman, $249 to $100. Brakeman, $99 to $50. And all aboard, $50 and under. All donors will receive Independence Shortline stock certificates. Ways to donate. You can go to fourpaws.com and donate from there, or scan this QR code. Checks can be mailed to Four Paws at P.O. Box 9, Independence, Kansas, 67301. Four Paws is a 501c3 organization, so your donation is tax deductible. 1050's legacy. 1050 sure does have an interesting story, so let's keep it going by repainting and repairing this old iron horse so it's nice for future generations to see and enjoy. It's time to invest in the Independence Shortline Railroad once again and get this Riverside Park icon back on track. Thank you for coming to listen to my presentation, and don't forget to grab a brochure on your way out.
Didn't he do good? So excited for Kellen. You did a great job. You know, when Roger Brooks came to Independence in 2014, he was out in the park and the zoo, and he saw a lot of things and made a lot of suggestions, and they were very valid suggestions, and now, so many years later, a lot of those suggestions are coming to fruition and becoming a reality, but money was in the way of so many of those suggestions. I know Barb and Scott are in the room, and it wasn't out of negligence that 1050 locomotive got that way. It's out of funding or lack of funding that it got that way. And sometimes, you know, we look at things and we see them on a daily basis, and then all of a sudden we wake up one day and go, holy smokes, that looks terrible. And that's, in my opinion, kind of what happened. So now it's exciting to me to know that Kellen and others have gotten behind this effort, and it's a lot of money. But just as in normal Independence fashion, I know that we can all rally together and decide where our passions are and where we want to donate our gifts and potentially our talents. So I'm excited for Four Paws in the park for this venture. And Kellen, I appreciate all your legwork. I know I serve ex officio on Four Paws, and your mom reports every month on the work that you've done on doing the investigative work, the information gathering, and putting this all together. So we have made 100 copies of Kellen's certificate here, or his fundraising flyer, and they will be passing them out on your way out, so you can grab one and consider donating to the cause. So with that, I want to say thank you to our 3 speakers. Thank you to our business sponsor, the Community Chest, and all that you do to make a difference in our community. And I want to have you just hang tight, just 4 more minutes, because I've got 8 shout-outs, and they get 30 seconds. So shout-outs, come on up and get in line, and we'll get the microphones all fired up. And as they're doing that, I want to remind you on your way out to donate to the Community Chest. Remember to get your free garage sale permit today by 5. Pick up a flyer to donate to the 1050 locomotive. Get signed up for Trunk or Treat. Pick up a form for that. Consider participating in the Veterans Day of Honor, and put the Kansas Airstrip on your calendar. Come on over. The camera's over here. Give me one quick second, Leslie. And Rhonda, you're next, and you guys will just alternate. There we go. Hit it.
All right. Good morning. The Independence Science and Technology Center and Uppercut Boxing wants to invite you to our largest annual fundraiser, Kids Have Talent, on September 24th at 1:00 p.m. at the Wesley Center. If you know any talented kids, we are looking for talented participants. They can apply either in person or online to participate. And we invite all sponsors to sponsor. Proceeds go to the Independence Science and Technology Center and Uppercut Boxing. You can sponsor in person or online. This year, we have our special guest, Dylan Torrey Khan was our winner from last year, and he has performed for Meadowlark Lounge. He'll be coming to perform for us that day. And this event is a memorial to our most dedicated sponsor, John Tersner, who passed away last year. Thank you.
Thank you, Leslie. Kellen, you can play your saxophone.
Hi, I'm Rhonda Modich, and I'm the new director at the Midwest Pregnancy Care Center here in town. And we have our annual fundraiser coming up. It's a banquet and a silent auction. It's going to be, this year, it's going to be in Coffeyville. We have 2 centers so that, we share the 2 centers. We're connected. And it's going to be at the First Southern Baptist Church. And it's at 2701 West 8th in Coffeyville. And it's October the 7th at 6 p.m. And the theme of our banquet is the light shines in the darkness. We're out there to help families in our community. The tickets are $25. And you can come by the center. I'm there on Mondays and Wednesdays from 10 to 3 to get the tickets, or you can get a hold of me. If you want to afterwards, I have tickets with me today. Thank you.
Thanks, Rhonda.
Hello, I'm Scott Patton. I'm the director of Ralph Mitchell Zoo in Riverside Park. We have our Zooloween event coming on October 8th from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Entrance fee is $2 per person. Kids 2 and under get in free. We're still looking for sponsor tables. If you have a business or organization that would like to be a sponsor table and hand out candy at the event, and you did not get a letter in the mail, call the park office or flag me down. I'll be at that back table, and we'd love to get you signed up. Rides or carousel and train rides have also been sponsored that day from 1 to 5, so bring your kids out, enjoy the rides, and then head over to Zooloween. Thanks.
Thanks, Scott. Donnie.
We'd like to invite everybody to the 5th Annual Veterans Roundup right here at the Civic Center Memorial Hall, the 15th through the 17th of September, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. What we'll do is bring the VA down here to take care of our vets, widows, and dependents, and there'll be a free breakfast and free lunch. So come out and meet your vets.
Thank you. Adrian?
Hey, I'm Adrienne Wall with QuickCom. I'm here because we've been working really hard on a grant program to get fiber in your community, and we're kind of in our last hours for public comment. I have forms with me, so you can go ahead and get registered because we can use all the help we get. I don't have time to tell you how important fiber is and what it can do, but if you're interested in giving us a positive public comment, please feel free.
And the Chamber of Commerce has submitted their letter of support. Much needed. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Jade Keith. I'm with Independence Animal Hospital, and we're going to be hosting a Buy a Dog to Help a Dog event on September 10th from 10 to 2. It's going to be...
I don't think... I'm going to stop you. Is that on? Let me see. Test, test. Can you hear? It's on. Hold it up real close, Jade. Yeah.
It's just me. Okay. Hi, I'm Jade Keith. I'm with Independence Animal Hospital. We're going to host an adoption event for AWOL/fundraiser September 10th from 10 to 2. They're going to be cats and dogs for lower adoption rates. We're going to have a hot dog bundle for $6. We're going to have a quilt raffle and some other good stuff going on. Mark your calendars, and we hope to see everybody there.
Thanks, Jade.
Thank you.
My name is Susie Kleinbeck. I'm from the First Presbyterian Church, and I want to let you know that free flu shots are free flu shots, seasonal flu shots, will be offered again this second Saturday in October. That's October the 8th. They'll be from 9 to noon or till they're gone. Usually we're through by 11 o'clock because we've given them all out. You come by, stick your arm out your window, we shoot you, and then you get to go on through the oval, and you don't have to get out of the car. For those who have a handicap problem, it's really convenient to get a flu shot that way. We ask that you bring one non-perishable food product to collect, because we give that to the food basket, and they use it for Thanksgiving. I think that's all. First come, first serve. We'd be glad to see you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Barb Bershkins, and I'm representing the Independence Optimist Club, and we're having our pancake feed September 10th. It's on a Saturday, and I know that's the 100-mile garage sale. So if you're with the garage sale, come, and you got to eat sometime. So stop by while you're out there getting all your goodies. And it's at the First United Methodist Church in the Wesley Center, and it's $5 donation, and you get 2 sausages and unlimited pancakes. So come in and fill up and help us support the Youth of Independence. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Bryce Saya. I'm with the foundation at the college, and I want to talk to you about our event, the September 17th, that we're putting on with the Booster Club. Our football team plays Butler County that night at 7 p.m. Before that, we're going to have a cornhole tournament at 2 p.m. is a sign-up, and it's at the East 4-H building, and bags will be in the air at 3 p.m. It's $40 a team. Okay, after that, there'll be free food from Smokin' Bros Barbecue from 5 to 6:30. So here's the deal. You can come to the veterans event here, and I guess there's free breakfast, free lunch. Then you could come to our event and have a free dinner.
There
so
you
that's
go.
a free day of food. That sounds like a great deal to me. All right, there you go. There'll also be free music. We'll have some items there for a silent auction. It'll be a great time. The week after that is the Flat Rock 25K, 50K, 100K. Just so you know, I'll see you there, but I will not be running. Thank you. Have a good day.
Good morning. My name is Paul Molnar. I am the Director of Theater Performance at Independence Community College. I'm very proud to announce our 22-23 season, which you see up there. The first show, Art, goes up September 29th through October 2nd, and I'm very happy to continue our partnering with Community Chest. If you come on Thursday, any money that we get in donations, any money we raise, ICC Theater donates it back to the community. So we don't charge anything for our plays, but we do have a donation bucket. So anytime anybody comes in on any Thursday, we've made the decision to give back to the community that comes and supports us. So please come support our students and help us support you all. Thank you.
Thanks, Paul.
Good morning. I'm here to tell you what's going on in the ticketing world of Neowalla. We are very excited to announce that headquarters and opening day sales will begin on October the 8th. Tickets that day will be sold right here in the Civic Center behind us. That is from 8 to noon on October the 8th. Headquarters will also be open during that time, but you will not be able to get tickets at that location. That is for merchandise only for that day. I'd like to thank Ned for our headquarters location, which is at 220 North Penn, formerly the old Litwin's building. And again, the hours that day will be 8 to noon, and then it will be open starting October 10th for ticket sales and merchandise sales in that location. We're excited to add online sales this year. You'll be able to purchase tickets, again, online at our website, neowalla.com, and you can start doing that on October the 8th at 1 o'clock. So the early sales happen in person here at the Civic Center. Tickets go online, sell online at 1 o'clock, and then everything is back at headquarters at 220 North Penn starting Monday the 10th. Thank you, and we're excited.
Thanks, Denise. All right, everybody, that concludes First Friday. Have a safe and great holiday weekend. We'll see you back here First Friday on October the 7th. Have a great weekend.